2021 for me has been a mixed bag of feelings. Technical issues with the actual release last week on Amazon, but overall I've had fun. I like that. I'm out of swear.
Okay, so hey everyone, tonight on Social Commerce, check this out. We have a return guest. I'm so happy to have him here, David Vines. He was a guest on this show a few months ago. And at that time, he was very candid and real about his struggle with the effects of COVID and lockdown in Australia, his isolation and his social anxiety surrounding that, and just basically the struggle that he was going through at that time. Before COVID hit, he was a speaker and author. He was out and about, very socially connected, promoting his work. And then all that came to a halt, and it was almost like this feeling of panic when it came to like leaving home because of it just didn't feel safe. So very happy to have this follow-up chat with David. He has spent the time really finding ways to deal with his anxiety, and he has made an amazing progress. He's now going out every day, coming back into who he was as a person and professional prior to COVID, and promoting his new book, Transformations and Being Human, which, couldn't be more aptly titled, honestly. So that is great. And he reached out because he wanted to share where he's at now, the follow-up to his story, and just the progress that he has made. So welcome, David. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you very much. I wouldn't exactly say I go out every day. It's pretty much I might go out once or two times a week probably, but at least it's something. At least it's something that way.
Yes. So I'm having a little bit of difficulty hearing you. I'm not completely sure why, but I don't know if there's anything you can do volume wise, but I just am having a bit of a hard time hearing.
Is that a bit better?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, sorry about that. It was just my fan going on.
Oh, that's okay. No problem. I understand.
It's a bit warm here today. It's, you know how it is living in Australia. Like even though we're in spring, about to go into summer soon, it still gets pretty hot here.
Oh wow. So what's the temperature right now?
Supposed to be around about 32, 33 degrees Celsius.
Oh wow. Yeah, over in Canada we're just coming on to winter, so it's dropping down. I think we're like around 5-6 degrees, rainy, and heading towards snow pretty soon probably. So totally opposite. Yeah, so update us. What has been going on since the last time we spoke? For the last time we spoke, you said you were experiencing a lot of isolation and feelings of just wanting to stay home.
Yeah.
So what transitioned for you? What led to you going out more and being able to do that and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so like as I reflect back to a couple of months ago, like I was kind of like always down on myself. And when I first met you, Nancy, I was kind of like at the peak of it, as I was emotional, and there were times where I felt like just crying all the time, and like as I know how it feels to be at that all-time low. It's people can feel like that, can't they? And like the good thing for me, of course, like I didn't want I didn't want to be a burden on my family. I started going to the doctors, right? And I was, well, even before I was still going to the doctors as well. And I always had to go with my wife and all that, because that's how it was all the time. And I'm on medication now for my anxiety and depression. It's
Mhm.
starting to
Wow.
get into control of my thoughts a little bit.
Yes.
I believe it's helping some days. You know how it is, you have your good days, you have your bad days. And
For sure. It's a process.
I'm starting to have a few more good days than bad days now.
Hmm.
And like it's kind of like different every week and all that. And it's kind of like trying to have the courage in myself to actually try to step out of my comfort zone a little bit. And
Believe in that. Yes. Sometimes you need to
but
tip the
it's
scales
but it's
just a little
hard.
bit
It
to keep the
can be very
momentum.
hard. It's like the very first time I tried going out, past talking to you, Nancy, was well, mind you though, I was just starting to get on my medication at the time.
Hmm.
Was kind of like an authors writers festival. I think I might have told you about that. I actually had a good time. There was I kind of like just forgotten for that one moment why I was so scared about it, so scared
Yes.
about everything, because I was in my element, I kind of like felt like it was the good old days, just for that one moment.
Yes. That's amazing.
And sorry for me stopping and starting here. It's just
No,
I
take your
get
time.
a
I'm
bit
sure there's a
emotional
lot to,
sometimes. Get
a lot of thoughts
a,
to
get a
collect.
bit get a bit emotional about talking about some of these things sometimes.
Of
And
course.
like how it is. I've used probably the last 12 to 18 months, even over the whole of COVID, to well, the work that I have been doing, especially with the writing that I'm doing,
Hmm.
it's been very therapeutic for
Hmm.
myself. And
Yes.
I've kind of like used that time to do a lot of writing. So kind of like gives me an excuse to be at home and do something.
No,
So
absolutely. Writing is your craft, and that's, I believe that everyone needs an outlet that's going to take them to the place that makes them feel, I guess in alignment with who they are and better. Definitely
exactly.
that makes sense that writing would be that for you.
So I've kind of like signed up here, there, and everywhere, formed alliances with some other great people as well. And I'm kind of like working on several different projects on writing books and stuff like that. And one I just had that just came out just last week. It's on Amazon now. It's called Transformations and Being Human.
Wow, that sounds exactly like a perfectly timed book release and title.
Exactly, yeah. It's on Amazon right now, so I've sent the link through to you.
Okay, yes, perfect. We
As
can
you can
add
see,
that
I
to this video so people can connect with that book.
like
It sounds super really important to the journey that people are facing right now. So
yeah. So
tell us what you shared in that book.
in that book, I was kind of like writing about my my own transformational journey over COVID. And I used the experiences that I was writing about over COVID. Along
Yes.
with that, I shared an actual story that I actually wrote during COVID. There was
Oh, wow.
an actual short story is in there, so you'll love reading it when you get your hands on it. Like it's not just me that's in there. It's one of those books that's kind of like a multi-authored collaborative. So
Mhm.
it's me and several other people that's written something in there as well.
That's
I know
very powerful to have a collection of people's experiences of
exactly.
transformation in one place.
Like two of the people in there are very close friends of mine.
Hmm.
So one of them's Lavina Sanase.
Hmm.
So if you're watching this, Lavina, you know, kind of like a bit of a shout out here to you. And she's like I said, she's a good friend of mine. I've been kind of like working with her as well on another book project for the past 2 years as well.
Oh, amazing.
It's a different type of book project from this transformations book, and the other person is Palavay. Yeah, so if you're watching this, Palavay, so here's my shout out to you as well.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
definitely look forward
both of you are
to
very good
checking that
friends.
out. It sounds like a very powerful book. So transformations of being human.
Yeah,
And you said it's available now on Amazon, correct?
available right now. Like you can get the Kindle version for free, but if you wanted to get the paperback, you have to pay for it, of course. So
Actually,
like
that brings me to a question. Sorry to interrupt you, but
like
on
one
my other
one of
interview
the reasons
series,
why
Social Commerce Give It Up, there's a question that I always ask my guests, and that's whether do you like real books more, or do you like electronic, or are you open to both equally? Like,
both equally. Yeah. So one of the reasons why the ebook version is free at the moment, because we had a few technical issues with the actual release last week on Amazon, but
okay.
so it looks like it's working now, which is good.
Oh,
So
well,
so we
that's great to
decided
know, and it sounds like a very
so,
valuable.
we're honoring the book, the ebook version, for free for 5 days. For 5 days. So I think there's a couple more days left just to get it for free if you wanted to. Even then, when it does come off from being free, I think it'll only be a couple of dollars anyway.
Yes, wow, that's incredible, and it sounds like a very valuable book
Yeah,
to hear the messages from.
even for
Absolutely.
you, Nancy. Even for you, Nancy, get it now while it's free.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. So appreciate that. So I had a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
First, what would your take home message be through this journey from, through COVID for you? Like, my first question is, were you surprised when you were affected with like the anxiety and the that
I
sense,
guess, I
that sort
guess
of thing? Did it catch you off guard, or did it come on slowly, or how, was your feeling about the whole experience with that? Did it surprise you?
as I kind of like reflect on the way things have turned out, like the first thing I always say is that 2021 for me has been a mixed bag of feelings. It's
Hmm.
like, to a point, I've had a bit of a bleeping kind of year,
Hmm. Hmm.
and to a point, I've sort of had a not so bad year, with being able to like share my story and get some messages out there along the way along with it. And I have enjoyed it, but I've had kind of like that. Am I allowed to swear?
Sure.
Yeah. I've kind of like had a shitty fun year.
Wow, that is super real. And, and I think sometimes we just need to keep it real and say it like it is, not like gloss it over. Because truly,
Yeah.
yes, you've been through a lot.
As you can
You've had
say,
a very,
you're
I think this was a, you know, huge transformation in your life for you. I think, from what you told me about your life before this point, through COVID and now coming out the other side, it's been like, wow, it's been a big transformation. And I think it's also a huge example to know that someone who, was an author, speaker, very social, sometimes things don't discriminate, right? And how they affect people. Sometimes anyone can be affected by the right combination of circumstances and
yeah,
emotions. They can just kind of capture you unexpectedly at times, but it's how you move forward after that point. And I was so super excited when you reached out to come back to talk about your book and how you move forward from the point you were at when we first met and how things are coming back around for you.
yeah.
I know it's not easy,
Totally.
and I know you, as you said, you have good and bad days, and things are kind of like a spiral. I don't think there's a straight line. You always go back and revisit some things in the process of coming through them, but it's just such a great message, and so excited to know that things are, coming through to the other side for
Slowly,
you.
very slowly.
And I love that you're willing to share your story because I'm all about the story. I'm so completely interested in hearing what people's stories are. I've got my own, and it's just like so courageous for people and, so educational and transformative to other people to be able to hear other people's stories, no matter what they are.
Can I talk a bit about what's next in terms of me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, amongst everything that has happened, like over the I might have mentioned it before, I don't know. I'm currently doing I'm studying a degree through my university.
Oh,
I'm doing a double degree. I'm studying a Bachelor of Business, majoring in entrepreneurship, and a Bachelor of Arts, majoring in creative writing. So
wow.
I'm coming up to the end of my third year now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think I knew that part of your story.
I'm coming up to my third year now, and like of course, in times of COVID, we have to do everything online, so that's how it is at the moment. So I'll be coming into my fourth year next year, so which is also my final year of studies. So like what I'd like to say is that whilst that I am studying to get my degrees finished, I've got a few other different books that I've been a part of that's coming out soon. I got two that's coming out over the course of November and December. One's around gratitude.
Wow.
22 stories of gratitude.
Wow, that's amazing.
And my story is all about my gratitude and love and being grateful for the family that I have around me and how much they have stuck by me throughout everything that has happened.
Wow.
And
That's
that's,
important.
so I'll share the links after anyway, so you can get a bit of it.
Absolutely. Now those sound like really powerful stories, and
Yeah.
gratitude is one of my favorite words, and I so believe in it, to recognize that even in, the difficult, challenging times, the good things that are there. And it's amazing that you had that support and that circle of your family,
And
despite all the other things going on.
the publisher was talking about doing an in-person live event in Brisbane.
Oh, wow.
So if that's gonna happen, of course I'll be going with my family, and
Yes,
I'm kind of like looking forward to it a little bit.
for sure. Yes. If that comes about, please let me
It'll
know so I can share that.
be my first in-person live event, launching a book post pandemic, in other words.
Wow, that is a huge milestone for you.
Even though we're still in a pandemic, but it still kind of like feel like post pandemic. You know what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Oh, that is great. So that is coming out next year, or you're not sure of the timing yet?
Well, it's supposed to be coming out in November.
November?
Yeah. And the other one is another collaborative book called Conquering the Crisis.
Okay.
So
Oh,
you can
wow.
pretty much guess how that's going to be folded out as well. I've
Is that
actually,
about your story of COVID?
so it's always a COVID, there was my own personal crisis. And I've actually written in there, there's at least, I've actually done it for this book. I've written at least 6 short stories.
Oh, terrific. Wow.
So I've done that specifically for this book.
Amazing. And that's called Conquering the Crisis.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So the reason why I've done it that way, is it's in that way is because how I'm highlighting the fact that writing for me is very therapeutic.
Yes.
And how it's helped me conquer the crisis.
That's amazing. And I think that message is so important. For you, it's writing. For other people, it could be art. Other people might be athletics, but whatever it is,
Exactly.
I do think that people strongly need to find their outlet, their positive outlet for all the stuff that's going on.
So
that's a great message.
That's kind of me at the moment, in a nutshell.
Wow, that's amazing. So you have really maximized the use of your time and have been working on some pretty important projects. That's great. That's inspiration.
Maximize the time that I am at home. So kind of like making the most of the time at being at home too.
Yes, it's like perfect to channel your energy into what you do best, the writing. So that is great. And I'm so excited about the projects that you shared with us and to see what's coming. So definitely keep us posted about the live event. I would love to see some pictures or hear the update on that, whatever it might be, or if it's being streamed, that would be amazing too.
I actually think it will be.
Okay, well, definitely please share the link with me because I would love to share it as well, because that's great. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Is there anything else you'd like to leave us with tonight about your whole experience in the past year, your thoughts going forward, anything else that you'd like to share?
All I can say is now is probably, even though you do feel kind of shitty, fuck it.
Right. I totally get that. And sometimes exactly that's what you need to do. So,
And
all right. Well, thank you so
Right.
much for
And
coming back to
right.
share your update and your stories and your messages. Definitely, I will add the connections to your projects at the end of this video so people can check them out. And
I
definitely
have,
keep me informed of further updates.
I actually had this other lady friend as well, but she's kind of like, as you know, I have a lot of online contacts. She's kind of like encouraged me to try a different form of writing. So soon, watch this space. I'm going to try writing.
Well,
I'm
that
going to
sounds
try. I'm going to
intriguing
try.
and mysterious. So looking forward to see what that shows up as.
I'm going to try writing children's books.
Oh my gosh, I'm such a huge fan of children's books. I think they're the most simple and most powerful stories sometimes. So definitely.
You might
I've
be
got
able
3
to,
kids, so keep me posted on that as well.
yeah, you might be able to tell me, is Davy the Empowerment Bear good?
I love it. I love it. I think that's perfect. Exactly. I see like a whole empowerment bear, stuffy line, things like that. That is so cool.
Yeah. All
All
good.
right. Well, keep me posted on that. That is
All
super
right.
cool.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All
Nancy.
right. So thanks again for being here tonight. And yeah, we'll add your links so people can check out your work so far, and definitely keep us posted because you're doing a lot of very cool and inspiring things. So look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you very much.
Okay, have a great day and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye, David.
Bye-bye.